you do that as well, right?
Yes, give me 1 second. I had to turn off my camera because my video is having a little bit of trouble. Sorry about that. Okay, so committee member Heidi Andrade,
Present.
committee member Dialba. Oh, I think she's connecting right now.
Eden, we were just doing roll call.
Daisy, you want to ask again?
Okay, committee member Dialba.
Here.
Committee member Alexander Johnson. I think he's gonna be absent. Committee member Robinson Johnson.
Here, and also Alexander's term ended like 2 months ago, I believe. So
Okay.
For the next next meetings, you don't have to call his name out.
Okay, thank you. And committee member Kate Wilbur is absent, and then committee member Shane Wilbur.
Here.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Do we have any communications from the public on items not listed in the agenda? Do we have anyone in the public?
Yeah.
Do you have anyone from the public?
Okay, cool. Moving on to the consent agenda. So we have the approval, or do I just say consent agenda, or do I just read the approval of April 15th meeting minutes? Did I do that right? No, I did that completely wrong. Somebody guide me.
You would ask, do you have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
I'll motion that.
Awesome. Do we have a second? A second.
Yeah, you need a second to move forward, or the minutes will die, but with the lack of a second, which I don't think that's what you want if you didn't have any problems with it. So somebody's gonna have to beat the second.
Can I second?
Yep, you can.
Okay, cool. I will second. And we're gonna do a roll call vote. So Daisy will lead that.
Okay, committee member or Madam Vice Chair Andrade.
Yes.
Committee member Dialba.
Yes.
Committee member Johnson.
Yes.
And committee member Wilbur.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on to new business, the guest speaker, Roland Resendez. Take it away.
All right. Well, just hello and thank you guys for inviting me to come meet you guys. Hi, Heidi and Shane and Robinson and Miss Eden, and of course our awesome staff, Daisy, and our city manager, Brett Miller. It's good to see you guys. Thank you. My name is Roland Resendez, and I am the vice mayor of the city of Hollister. I'm just here to hang out and to observe and to watch what you guys have got going on. I probably have something that I can offer to the meeting that happened at the city council meeting that we can get to in just a minute or so, but it's good to see you guys. Heidi, I met you before. It's so good to see you again. And Eden, I don't know if you remember, but I recognize you from our art classes. It's been a while, but it's good to see you guys. And I'm happy to meet you, Shane, and Mr. Robinson as well. So yeah, my name is Roland Resendez, and I'm the current vice mayor of the city of Hollister. I've been in office since 2018. I got to come to, I think, one youth council committee before COVID, and I was excited and really happy to go and And some of the things you guys are talking about now, actually, I remember that the old youth council, that meeting that I went to, they were talking about as well. So I'm glad to see that you guys, after COVID, got to get back together and just hit the ground running. So one thing I wanted to talk to you about, but it looks like it's an item on the agenda. So I guess I can probably wait until we get to those items if that's okay. And then I'll just be a public speaker at that time. Okay. Did you guys have any questions for me at all? All right. Well, good luck to you guys. I'm going to hang out for the rest of the meeting if that's okay. And I'm so happy to see that you guys are involved and you guys are making changes, and the decisions that you make are going to impact our city for years to come. So congratulations for you guys being so brave. And I wish you guys the best of luck in your future. Okay.
Thank you, Roland Resendez. Oh, did you have something to say?
Oh, no, I said perfect. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Go
Awesome.
ahead, Daisy.
Yes, what was that? Sorry.
No, go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
Oh, no, if you guys want to go ahead and start to the old business, we, unless Vice Mayor, you wanted to share a little bit about your experience on city council or what motivated you to be on council?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And I think I might have talked to some of you about it before. I'm not quite sure, but basically, I've always been involved with the community and organizing, and I've had a real passion for that. And in particular, like I've learned a lot about like social injustice issues when I was going into college, and achievement gaps in education, that type of thing. So I think, and I believe strongly that the best way to really create change, and the quickest way to create change, is through local action. And one of the things you can do is you can just do something within your neighborhood. You can organize an event at your school. You can join a youth council with your city like you guys are doing. That's like the most impactful way. You're going to see the results of those right away because that's where you live, right? And the quickest way. You know, there's other things you can do like statewide or federal level, but it's going to take a little bit more time, energy, and effort. So the reason I got involved in local level government is because I felt passionate about some issues that I thought I could possibly get involved with and help change. You know, I'm a member of this community, and there's things like, you know, the amount of traffic that we're having, or the housing, or, you know, the schools, even though we don't directly make decisions about the schools, but we kind of all work together, you know, the school board members, the county, we love to collaborate. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons I decided to get involved. So I decided to run for office in 2018, and I learned about it in school. I actually went and I got a master's program in liberal studies with a concentration in public administration. And I took some classes on how to campaign, you know, and my undergraduate degree was actually in political science at Stanislaus State University. So I had a little bit of experience and a little bit more firmer understanding of just how government works. So I thought it was just like the natural thing to do. I did some grassroots organizing in the community. I did a couple of art related events and organizing. And I thought that the natural best thing to do was just to step up and to, you know, ask the people to put their trust in me and let me help to create policies that are going to shape their future, just like you guys are doing on the youth council. So that's something that really stood out to me. And that's one of the biggest reasons I decided to get involved. And again, if you guys have any questions for me at all, please let me know. You can ask me now. And if not, you can always reach out to me via text message or email or even a phone call. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Roland. Okay, we're going to move on to old business if there are no other questions. Awesome. Sounds like there are no other questions. So we're going to move on to old business. Number one, Sister City program. Is there an update on that? And who was a part of that committee? Was it Eden and Kate?
I believe it was me. Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Me and Kate.
We didn't get a chance to meet with that committee. I just spoke briefly with Kate because she was taking the initiative. But we are going to schedule something soon so we can go ahead and fill out the application since we have to redo the process.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else? Okay, cool. Let's move on to social media. So, Robinson and I met with Daisy. Was it like a week ago? No, we met this week, didn't we? We didn't. Yeah, I think we met this week. And Daisy created a policy. And should we share that right now or?
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and share it. I think everyone should have received a copy of it. If not, do you want to share your screen or do you just want to point out some key items on it? You should be able to now.
Okay. Yeah, let me share my screen then. Okay, so Daisy created this policy for us, and I think she got some help from other people. But this is basically what it is. We can read it later, and we can like get it approved at our next meeting. So we can we can all read through it, and then we can approve it at our last meeting. But basically, like the key points was that like we wanted social media so we could engage the youth in Hollister and like the neighboring cities. So we wanted this to be like a platform where we could like promote events like that that the youth would like to attend. So let's just say like the farmers market, like we would want the youth to know about the farmers market and we would post it on there. Or I don't know, what's another event that the youth would like? Maybe like, well, I know there's Christmas at the park at San Jose, and I know that like the youth here would like to attend that. So we just wanted to use that. We just wanted to create a social media for that. We also wanted to post about like what the youth committee has been doing just to update the community on what we've been doing, things like that. And you can read through it, but that's basically why we created this. But yeah, and then we can get it approved at our next meeting. Is there any questions? And I think maybe Robinson wants to add anything. On the social media will be Instagram because we know that youth don't use Facebook as much as they use Instagram.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add. You've kind of got through all of it. So yeah, so if there's any questions, they can ask them.
Yeah. I lost my agenda. Let me just get it real quick. Okay. If there are no questions, we're going to move on to the Styrofoam and straw ordinance. So that was me and Eden, and I know that Roland has something to talk about regarding this. So we also had a meeting with Daisy about the Styrofoam and straw ordinance, and she showed us something that San Juan has been doing, that they did something similar to this. I think there was other counties, and I know that Integrated Waste talked at the city council meeting about this, and we do want to work with them to hopefully get this started. So Roland, take it away if you want to say something.
Sure. So it just so happened, I think that day, Daisy sent me your agenda and invited me, and I'm reading the agenda. And then I have a city council meeting, and we have a presenter. I think her name was Monica. She had just graduated with her bachelor's degree. And sometimes when you get a 4-year degree, they have you do a capstone project. It's kind of like kind of like a thesis, or it's like a project just to summarize, what type of work you've done. So there's all types of different capstones out there, and her capstone, which I thought was kind of aligned with what you guys are working on, is, and I think you said you got to meet with them, is to be a little bit more friendly to our environment here in Hollister. She compared us, which I thought was really good, that she compared us to the surrounding neighboring cities, including San Juan Bautista, and how progressive and how passionate they are about helping to save the environment. And I remember that your council, probably before you guys were on here a couple years ago, were working, I think, just on banning plastic straws. I don't know if you were around, Daisy, or remember. Yeah, and then COVID happened, and unfortunately we never got around to it. But I was glad to hear that Miss Monica and Selena Stoller from Integrated Waste Management, they have a whole plan, because she did this to graduate from school. They want to phase in different policies that we can adopt to be more environmentally friendly in here in Hollister. And I don't have all the specs, like all the specifics, but I think the first one had to do with, with like plastic bags. And the second one had to do with like forks and, one-time type of usage. probably like with, within the restaurants. And I think the third had to do with maybe like single cup use. I don't remember everything, but I did speak and I told them, I'm really excited to see this and I completely support it. And I would love for her to partner with you guys in making sure that we see that policy at the council level at some time, then we get to adopt it. It just made sense. Both of you guys are headed in the same direction. And I mean, from what I can tell, I didn't know if you guys were meeting before or not, but I thought, hey, these people can probably work together and put together something spectacular for our city and for our community. So I'm really excited to hear that you guys are doing that. I was so excited to hear that Monica's doing that. And yeah, generally speaking, I'm a little bit sad that we haven't adopted a policy like that in the city of Hollister to this date. So it's due time, and I would love for you guys to get something together, working with integrated waste management, and then for us to see it at a city council level. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. And yes, we are planning on meeting with them. And we also, like Daisy showed us the recording of the city council meeting, and there was like a concern about a business that they want to like work closely with us. So we definitely so hopefully we can figure that out. But yeah, that's all I have. I don't know if Eden has anything to add.
Yeah, and probably add to, you'll have other businesses that are non-restaurant businesses that would be very excited that something would be implemented to kind of help keep the trash down, because the problem with all these disposable dishes and silverware, they start ending up on the street, and then it makes the whole downtown area look horrible. So I think you have a good chance to make a positive impact around here.
If I can just add to that, Brett, too, like Selena's been going around talking to all different types of businesses for a couple of years, making sure that they get like green friendly, I think it's called, and they certify to see how they can help reduce the trash, the waste, and be a little bit more environmentally friendly. So she's been working on it for a long time. She's got some connections in the business community, and I think she would be a great asset to your guys' cause.
Awesome, cool. Eden, do you have anything to add?
No, you did great. I really have nothing to say.
Awesome, cool. Let's move on to the Pet Friendly City Subcommittee. Who was on that? Was it?
It was Kate and I.
Okay, are there any updates?
We discussed putting in those type of kind of dog water fountains, I think, wasn't it? And but I think I remember something talking about making like a pet area in parks, and was it parking lots or something? I don't exactly remember, but it was something of that where we had designated areas where people could put their dogs and stuff. So.
And then if I could add, Madam Vice Chair, there's also this program that I think it's like Better City for Pets. And that's how your city can become like a pet friendly city and be recognized as one. And I know during when we met with the ad hoc, we talked about trying to sign up for that. And then it also mentions what other cities are doing. So it gives you a good idea of how we can learn from them as well.
Awesome. Well, amazing job, everyone. It's awesome. Nice to be. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, Roland.
I'm very excited to see this on your agenda. I think the city manager and Daisy know that this is something I've been asking for at the council level. I have a pet baby. Every time we travel, we look for like pet-friendly cities. And I know a lot of people do. And I just think that with COVID and with the new look of downtown, the new look and feel, I would say we're already seeing it. We're already seeing that people are bringing their pets and they're being more inclusive. But I think to attract tourism, this would be really good for our city. I love what Daisy pointed out, that there's like a checklist or, what other cities are doing. I love the idea of the fountains, maybe downtown or dog area, downtown. This is very important. And I think it's not going to happen overnight, you know, but if we can just start adopting some policies and start working towards it little by little, you know, ideally it would be nice to have all the hotels to be inclusive of animals as well. I think it'll help to really attract tourism and make people that don't want to leave their pets at home feel a little bit better about coming to Hollister, spending money here, having a great time, and then telling their friends about it. So I think it would really be something that would be very valuable to us in the future. And I'm glad you guys are working on it. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Roland. Okay, is there any more comments or updates? Cool. Okay, do we have any department reports?
Yeah, just about 2 reports. Mr. City Manager, please remind me on the date, but there's going to be, actually, speaking of pets, the grand opening to the dog park. So we can also go ahead and share you guys that information. So if you're interested in attending, that would be great. I think he's going to say the date.
I need to take myself on mute. So my understanding, it's June 12th at 10 a.m. Does that, Mr. Vice Mayor, does that sound correct? So, yeah, I believe it will be at the dog park out at the airport on June, that Saturday. So we have a few things that we're working on, some hopefully some additional features out there, and we'll have a nice ribbon cutting of reopening it. So yeah, we definitely would like you to come on out and bring your pets, well, your dog actually, if you, and enjoy.
Awesome. Anything else?
And my other thing was, I think I mentioned it to a few of you guys, but at the farmers market, we are selling vintage t-shirts from the 2008 motorcycle rally. So if you guys are interested in a t-shirt, we invite you to stop by the farmers market. There's different styles, so you can always stop by.
Great. Okay. Is there any youth committee reports from the committee, the council? Okay, let's move on to adjourning. Can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting at 6:25 p.m.?
I'll motion that.
Awesome. Can somebody second?
Second that.
Okay, cool. And we'll do a roll call vote.
All right. Committee member Andrade? Or,
Yes.
committee member D'Alba?
Yep.
Committee member Johnson?
Yes.
And committee member Wilbur?
Yes.
Okay. Meeting adjourned at 6:25, and our